to another part of Song of Horror. Yeah, yesterday was not so good. Let's jump into it. It took a very long time with the riddles, and I even let my guy die. So this is, I think, my last chance for this episode before I have to restart it. Let's hope I'm not dying. Okay. I didn't know that. Paying attention to the characters, what they say, will give hints about what you can do and how to deal with dangerous situations. So first we will have to wait, but it's not the morgue, right? And it's not the lift. The lift is maybe that one. Alright. Yeah, we have to go there back first to get our equipment back. Oh yeah, I have to go on. Round. Alright. There we go. So my problem last time was the doors are actually soundproof. The box has been sealed for almost 80 years. So how do I know I got killed here? It's a death trap. It was my last time. So I was wondering, how do I know which room is right and which one is a death trap? Maybe I should first do nothing at all and later I get hints? Or I find some hints telling me which doors are fine to open and which are not. So much death. What did I find? Syringe. Badge of perseverance. Ah, it's mine. Yes, 3 years sober, I'm happy for him. He's worked hard for this, but only since I've been different, Sophie. I found a drawing. What's the syringe? And it's meant used to repair. What a horrific instrument. Got it. A sharp metal needle. Maybe for opening the medicine cabinet, 1 floor upstairs. Maybe that's all I need from here. I wonder when was the last time someone played any of this. Well, no, I guess it was 1920. This could be a good hiding place. The lift seems to use a mechanical belt, but it's completely run out. I need to find another one. light, and then I need to switch the energy to the... Like, you know, when I hear soundproof cells. So how do I know it's that? Doesn't seem to be soundproof. It's open. Is this the morgue? Oh. So I will go first back and turn on the energy in the morgue. I can choose at the start of the tree. I could turn on a generator and then I can choose if because there's not enough energy for everything. I want to power the morgue, the elevator, or the security office. Since I'm basically done with the security office, I now want to go into the morgue. Let's put on the energy there. And I think the energy for the security office was just necessary anyway for the block panel, where I can put in the numbers too. Now we have lighting here, at least. Second experiment report. Description, monitoring of the experimental process detailed in the report. Yes, notes. 2 of the patients in the experimental group have disappeared. I was doing rounds in the East Wing, and when I began to hear screams coming from the cells, I went in that direction to try and calm the patients down, but they were non-responsive. I'm not even sure if they could hear me. The screaming was so loud. I ran to the security room and returned with the manager. As soon as he opened the cell, we saw that it was empty. We could hear shrieking sounds all around us, so it was impossible to know for sure, but I swear a lot of screams were coming from the very room we were about to enter. Besides, as soon as we opened the door, all of the screaming ceased at once. We've checked the rest of the cells and one of them is empty, but no one moved any of the patients. What the hell is going on? I must get to the bottom of this. Whatever is inside those jars is solid. Looks like an older version of the machine I had by my bed in the hospital. That's looking sketchy. One of these refrigerators is closed shut. Someone tied a band to the handle so it wouldn't open. No, not yet. If I don't find answers, this might just be my future.
I could use some of those tools.
Scalpel. Is it still sharp? Okay. The light is on and pointed at the refrigerators for some reason. That makes me feel a bit more. I hope I'm right, but I think I can safely remove that now, because there's light shining on it. So if something isn't there, if something is in there, then it's at least slowed down from the light. But I still do not find out what are the death rooms. The leather belt I can probably use for... If I fix it, I can probably use it for the elevator as a new band. The scalpel. Do I have something where I need to do a sharp object? Not yet, I think. I will get upstairs first and see if I can open the medical cabinet with the needle I found. I will pause, just to be sure nothing happens. The events always come if you need it the least. There I need the key, there was nothing. There was a desk. So, can I open it with either the needle or the scalpel? I'm the professional, see if I can't open it with this. I need something I can pick the lock with. With the scalpel. Okay. Closed box. Box of flares. A metallic box containing emergency flares. Let's see what we got.
Emergency flares. Wait, what's going on?
No, don't go there. No, 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 no.
What's that sound?
Oh no. Melody.
It's absurd. I don't even know why I came here, or why I'm here. Have I really begun to believe my patient's story?
And yet, there's something that I can't explain. It might just be my mind playing tricks on me, but I've started seeing things.
She's
And
there
I hear
now,
the
at
music
the
from
Legrand
Ariadne's
house.
music box in my head. I need to understand this. There's something threatening about this place. The candles help me make the room a bit more cozy, and the last rays of sunshine still come in through the window. But the shadows in this room make me feel uneasy. All I've done is clean off the dust from an old mattress and lie on it, without even taking my clothes off, since I don't really think I'll get much sleep in this place. The silence here is oppressive, almost solid. Aside from the still hum of the phonograph and the old wooden beams creaking, I can't hear a single thing. Ariadne? Where am I?
I have to play her. I think so.
Am I dreaming?
The photograph stopped. Am I awake? Just a dream, just a dream, just a dream.
What is this place?
Dreaming.
No.
That's me. What am I doing in a painting? Argus Legrand.
Argus Legrand? Why am I seeing him?
You can read that. It's here. I felt it again. It happens sometimes. So always at night when I turn out the lights, almost unperceivable, barely, just barely past where my eyes can see. Or when I close my eyes, watching me with eyes that are not such, lurking in the frontier between wakefulness and sleep. My dreams are unusual and my rest troubled. When I wake up, I remember seeing something in the distance, through a window that I can barely make out, or in a fleeting reflection on the bright surface of the river as I walk arm in arm with my fiancée, lost in the muds of the Great Wall. Other times I dream a crowd is watching me and that thing is there, among their grey faces, devoid of expression. As soon as I notice its existence, I stop being capable of finding it. Do I really want to? Do I mean to find it? What does it all mean? That you are going to die, my friend.
Ah!
Oh. It's you.
Wake up.
Wake up.
It's me.
Just a dream, just a dream. Yeah, go downstairs. All the good things are waiting in the cellar. Or the attic.
It's the same room, and yet it's not.
Crazy. Who is this person and what has happened to her? Is this Hasha? Maybe?
Why am I seeing these people?
Yeah, that's the father guy. Isaac, I think was his name. I dare not name it, but I know it's here. There's a presence that follows me everywhere and nowhere at once. In the walls and ceilings, but also buried in my mind, digging through my thoughts and painting them in the color of fear. Everything becomes a little darker each day. God, what's happening to me? When there's silence, I hear the melody. Soft, slow, beautiful, dark, sinister, terrifying and cruel. If I pay close attention, those impossible notes and unnatural chords echoing from the deepest of caverns reach me without passing through my ears. In my dreams I descend towards an indescribable place I beg never to get to see. When I wake up, all I remember is the dread. That thing is at the end of the road. It is there. I know it is there, if that's even a place. They are the same. It is there. No, it is not. It equals. It equals there. It can't be. It can't be of this world. Dum.
It's me again. What does this mean?
That you have to wake up. Probably. But I'm not a professional. Not now, anyway.
Dear God. Where am I?
Who is this guy? What? What does he have to do with me?
Who is this person? I've never seen him before.
Ariadne. So basically this shadow place exists between the timeline. It's like at every time at once. It's behind every door, waiting for me to step through. It's in the cracks in the ceiling, waiting for me to walk in. It's in each shadow, every nook and cranny, waiting for me to turn my back. It's in the mirrors, waiting for me to look. Does it know that I'm aware of it? Please, please tell me it doesn't. No, no, no. If it knows that I know, it will come for me. The melody twists and warps, played by grotesque instruments no person could have created. It starts out with an awful screeching sound and slowly transforms until it can be heard amidst all the shrieking and anguish. I want to close my eyes, but I'm already asleep. I can't. I don't want to get there. These are not nightmares. It's more than that. I wish they were nightmares, but those are gone. They died of fear a long time ago. All that remains is the horror and the plateau, only the presence and the foreboding echoes of the song. I want to disappear, stop the suffering and torment, and never hear or see anything again. I want to stop feeling it, enduring it, but I have to finish. I must do it. I must get there. Wake up.
Wake up! Oh God, what is happening to me?
Maybe it's a symbolization that she's going deeper and deeper and deeper in her mental state or her soul.
What? Who's there?
Damn it. I fell asleep. The candles have practically melted through and the wax cylinder on the phonograph is about to run out. I saw something. I don't know what I contemplated in my dreams, but it felt so real. It almost felt like I was moving forwards, or rather downwards. But I don't know towards what.
Dr. Prestigard recorded herself while she slept. I need to listen to the rest of the recordings, if they're still here.
Books on general psychiatry, mostly. Oh, I'm at that right now too. It's pretty complex. Shit! I wish I could open these drawers. Among the strange drawings is a note that says, Elaine, Ariadne's sister, murdered alongside her mother. Ariadne was just a baby. How can she remember this? Because probably she saw the other place that exists without time. Poem by Berenice. I drift off, asleep by the 100th number, to be carried away despite resistance, somewhere else, out in the distance, devoid of deep, peaceful slumber. The song, it beckons, it pulls me, it screams, guiding me to the depths of my own mind. An ominous glimpse, the sole thing I find, something dark, impossible to believe. These cannot be only dreams. Have I been condemned? Did I become lost? What I'm seeing, what it means. Endless expanse made of stone, and past the perpetual eclipse, the whims of a sun that it is not our own. Bravo! Bravissimo.
Good.
Recording too.
Another one of the doctor's recordings. Let's see.
Yeah, so use it. Or do I have to unpack it? With needle engravings. Was there one? For that I can probably use the needle. Well, anyway, I still have a way to go, so I'm not right now lost like all the other times. Oh, I have a lamp. Now I can finally mark. So first we're going down.
Hurry! Get away from this mess! Damn it! There's no place to hide in here.
That surprised me.
What the bloody hell just happened? Huh?
Basically we will go here now, so that way, because there was a dark passage there that I hope we can light up now with the flares.
I should be able to go in there now, at least while this flare is working. Huh? Okay, I need to search this place quickly.
Okay. Was it all? Probably. See you later. What did I find? The mesh cloth. Okay. Okay. Yes. I can work with that. Alright. We can use the glove now here. Can you maybe use the... Thank you. An old metal stapler. So... Nice. Alright, that means I can... probably repair the lift now. I'm just having in my mind. In the morgue, we moved about from the fridges. I don't know if you hear the screaming kid outside. And I'm not sure if it's maybe coming out now because the light was holding it in. The kid, don't worry. Parents are there. Okay, it looks like it's not coming out. Great.
I'll be very lucky if this thing doesn't go crashing down.
Okay, luckily I don't have to choose before I want to vote. Because I wouldn't be sure.
Well, at least the lift worked better.
Press the card. Ah, I'm here now. I see. Okay. Can I open it from this side? It's jammed. Can't go down that way. So my only way to go is here. There's not another option left. What is the doctor doing? First, can I open it from this side?
Right.
Yes. Sounds clear. Let's go in there. Watermelon things are scattered and covered in dust. There's something stuck inside this tube system, some kind of message. I think the thing is steam powered. Steam. Burn is Prestigard. There doesn't seem to be anything about her here. Third experiment report. General examination by Director Edward Saunders of the experiment performed by Dr. Baroness Prestigard. 5 patients from the experimental group have disappeared, all except for the original test subject Ariane Legrand-Armsberg. I don't know if they have escaped or if the wall swallowed them, but they've left no trace. Security did not register any relevant incidents either. I looked for the doctor to inform her of this, but she's nowhere to be found. When I asked Ariadne if she had seen her, she shook her head and asked me if she was finally there. I asked her what she meant, but she didn't say anything else. It has been impossible to re-establish communication with her. I have a terrible feeling about this. Me too. Titles and diplomas, they must have belonged to the hospital director. This is his MD certificate in psychiatry. The hospital founder, Dr. Jeremy Hartwood. Lydia told me that this man was one of the first doctors to start taking mental patients' well-being seriously. Good man. Just like the airway, this place is also on its vegetation. Old newspapers, even if I wanted to read them, they are too damaged for me to even hold. Alright. And oh. There's something odd about this stuffed owl. It almost seems like some kind of puzzle someone put together. What? She blinks, awoken by hunger. Tis night time and she listens. She takes flight, swift, little, silent. You scream as she tears you away from yourself. Satisfied, she lands on her nest and hoots to the wind, announcing her victory. Her firm grip paralyzes you and blood spills as she feasts. She swells and beats her wings, and saturated she sleeps. She blinks, awoken by hunger. I can just one side. This nighttime and she listens. You scream as she tears you away from yourself. No, she takes flight. I was really too fast. Satisfied, she lands on her nest. Maybe. And hoots to the wind, announcing her victory. A firm grip paralyzes you, and blood spills as she feasts. She swells and beats her wings, and saturated she sleeps. Sleeps, so the eyes. I'm stupid. Okay. Do I need to reset? Probably not. Oh wait, let's do it one more. She blinks. She listens. Flight. Tears you away. Maybe the wings were landing on the nest this time. Woods to the wind. Firm grip. She feasts. Rings, sleeps. Rings, sleeps. No? Oh, I can also use that. Okay. Good to know. Blink, listen, flight, tears away, blink, listen, flight, tears away. Woods to the wind. Firm grab. Feast. Wakes, sleeps. Best gamer in the world still. Maybe. I hope. Probably not. Alan Cedric. Probably there. The table is covered in debris from the ceiling. The newspapers is barely readable. Letter from an artist. A brief message written by a friend of Dr. Baroness Prestigard. I found this among the photos in a history magazine. It looks a lot like the drawings done by their patients, the little girl, doesn't it? I've attached a copy. It must be a coincidence, but even so, discovering the origins of the image made me shudder. It's from the walls of a newly discovered chamber in the caves of Altamira in Spain. Lorita is from Spain. The painting is from the Paleolithic. Local archaeologists have ruled that it's around 40,000 years old. Holy. Nothing in the fireplace too bad, lightning would soothe me. Old rundown bus and the clock has stopped ticking a long time ago. Rundown painting and a box full of newspapers, or whether what's left. Get the hell out of here! Give you a high five. old medicine books, nothing I need to take. Dr. Allen said Greg's notes. Dr. Prestigard was right. At first I was dismissive of her experiments. Why waste all those resources on proving to the sick girl that what she claimed to see was due to the abnormal functioning of her psyche? Yet it all made sense when she subjected the patients to the song in the music box and when the doctor began to describe her own experiments. The rapid mental and cognitive decline and the hallucinations suffered by the subjects in the experimental group became impossible to ignore. Faced not only with a new disorder, but also once the effects described spread to the hospital staff for the first time in history, a contagious mental illness and Nobel Prize on a silver platter. In light of the results, however, facts confound my expectations. The song completely broke their minds and took them all at the pinnacle of their madness. That's the one thing the data shows that they all share in common, except for Ariadne Legrand-Amsberg. That girl is the only one from the group that is still with us. Her cell is the only. That's probably telling me the first cell I luckily went into is okay, and the other ones are all death traps. Can I use that? Well, maybe I will find more rooms I can open. Because I still need more. I need more. Still a death trap. Where was there a second one?
No.
Maybe in one of the rooms. What now?
Etienne, what's happened to you?
Don't go there. No man, it's a trap. The game told me one thing. Don't trust anyone. Are you using it? Calm down, man. Why is the monster always so aggressive? Jesus.
Are they all right?
No.
Daniel, Where are you? We shouldn't have got ourselves into this mess.
I'm sorry if it's real, but I'm not trusting that one. Yeah, I luckily found the needle here already, and then I died with the guy standing there in the corner when I opened the room. But still.
What the hell?
If you watch my other videos, maybe then you saw they already did the monster, the shadows, whatever, with the Amsberg guy, Lou. They tricked him by copying his wife and daughter. So he thought them and the others are fake, so he killed his own family because he thought that's are the monsters. Ah, there's still a room. I didn't see that. I did not see that. There's another room where maybe photograph is. Yes. Hiding. What? He has to turn on the light or something. I'm not going in there if it's dark. Well, let me do that one first.
On the one hand, I just want to get out of here. But on the other, I need to know what's happening. I need to understand the dreams this place causes in me, and the visions I've had these past few days. It's pitch black outside, and the old mansion is even more menacing than before. I've taken out my last 2 candles, but lighted only 1, in case I wake up before dawn. It would terrify me to be here, alone in the dark.
Alone in the dark.
I'm in Ariadne's room again.
The second
Is this the same dream? The hospital, it can't be real, right? are me. Are you Berenice? Wake up. I need to wake up. God, I need to wake up. I don't want to go there.
My God, is this our fate as well? There's a lock on the gate.
Who are you? Are you also me? The Dreamcatcher. Give it to me. You don't need it.
No, it's mine. Probably have to, but I won't do it. Everything's covered in rust. Is this the hospital? Thank God it's stuck.
What should I do? Should I give her my Dreamcatcher? You need to wake up. Don't trust her. She'll take you down to a place nobody ever escapes from.
But how do I trust? How? Oh dear God. So you really want to die, you want to give her your Dreamcatcher. Probably have no choice. Yeah, then I have to do it.
You need to investigate. You need to know. You need to keep going down. I have no choice. I must keep going. What happened to me? Where am I now?
Only one way
Only
out.
one way out. What? Where did that come from? What's going on? I don't like this. No. That...
I have to.
That was... Why would I do something like that? I know I'm closer to understanding something, to finding that last puzzle piece. But I also realize there's no turning back. I feel like I've broken something inside of me that can't be mended.
Each dream feels closer to that place. And further from reality. It's still dark outside. But it seems like the candle burned out a while ago. It must be close to dawn. Yes, it can't be long now. I have to find answers. Get to the bottom of this matter. Understand Ariadne and what is happening to me.
Oh God, Berenice, tell me you understood. I need to find the next recording. I managed to unblock the tube system. This is the last recording. I hope I find something useful.
This place. That thing. The presence. That's what Argos Legrand called that horror. Now I know why. It's anywhere the song is. In the hospital, in Ariadne, in me. Everywhere. Maybe there's no solution. Maybe it isn't something you can just end. But maybe cut it off from everything, from this world. Burn the bridge. Return the song to whence it came. If I take the box to that place, if I leave it there, with the presence, I need to push forward just a little longer. I need to understand. I need to put an end to this. I need to go there. I need to know. I need to make it.
The third way.
Ariadne, do you need my help or do I need yours?
That's a solid question. Among the darkness I can see a dull and hypnotic greenish glow. The water is deteriorating, giving way to something else, to someplace.
Down. Always down.
Go. She looks a bit like Sophie, the wife of Daniel.
Where am I? Ariadne? Did you want me to come here? So sorry.
Oh, shit. Shit, I'm running out of time.
Ariadne was right. She was right about everything. I've seen it with my own eyes, even if it was in dreams. It's true. That place. The presence. I know what I have to do. Now that I'm awake, I need to... I need to get the music box and find a way to take it there. Yes. I solved this riddle. Now that I'm awake, I can put an end to this horror once and for all. Now that I'm awake, I can awake.
And of course he didn't hear the important part because he went away. Yeah, come, whatever. Let's jump into the next one. Finale.
What saved Ariadne would not save me. She had grown up with that melody and had developed a mind so distorted that it could withstand the horrors it saw each day. But there was another way out. To break the connection between our reality and that terrible place. To take the song and its nightmares to their place of origin. I was the only person who could do it. The only one who had heard the melody and, so far, lived to tell the story. Time was running out. The mansion was still far away, and my damned car chose that precise moment to go belly up. Everything seemed to conspire against me, but I wasn't about to give up. There wasn't much time left, but I knew I still had a chance.
Time is running out.
It's almost over. Just find the box and take it to that place. Come on, you got this.
Ariadne, give me the box back.
Hello? She doesn't answer. I should go inside.
The window. I can see Ariadne from ahead. I haven't noticed any activity inside the house. Or can I just... Oh, it's open. Of course. Map not available.
I have to find her and ask her about the music box. No way.
Locked. The exit.
But what? It can't be. It doesn't make sense.
Argus Legrand versus eldest daughter Elaine. What is this painting about exactly? I don't know, I don't see it. Locked.
How was that?
Locked. So upstairs we go. No? I didn't try this side. Okay. Oh, a broken mirror. Old radio. History book.
How was that?
Locked. Locked. Pile of old books.
Mrs. Legrand, pardon me for barging in like this, but I need that box. Elaine. The box! The music box I gave you. I need it. Please, tell me.
Give me.
It's box. is upstairs.
Thank you.
Time has stopped.
I promise I'll free both of us from that cursed thing.
Upstairs, Mr. Neuer. In my room. There.
No,
I hope she's telling the truth, not that she lures me into a trap for the thing. But at least I can go upstairs. Into her room.
Okay, the box is somewhere on this floor.
What's her room? Locked.
No.
Locked. I can see the courtyard that opens to the main entrance from here. That's her room. Is that her room? No. So just a straight first room? Oh man. Ariadne and Elaine's mother, Natalie of Haus Amsberg, I think I remember.
How with that?
Yep. There's so much dust on the sheets that you can barely see the original color. They've probably been here for decades. The little girl's personal notes this name Elaine appears several times. Elaine Grand Amsberg with Ariadne in her arms.
There it is. I see it next to the mirror.
There's a thick layer of dust on the mattress. It still looks slightly different, as if someone had slept on it a long time ago, maybe even Birwin has passed it out herself. There I am.
Where am I? Dear God, what is this hideous place?
Is there a note? Yes?
Dr. Prestigott? What?
Oh, are they coming together now?
There are still 2 patients who haven't heard the song, but I don't remember who they are.
1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Have you recently dreamed about an eclipsed sun? Ariadne, are you there?
He always lies. The man next door. He always lies about his dreams.
Okay.
Have you recently dreamed about an eclipsed sun? A solar eclipse towering over a great expanse. Have you seen anything like that in your dreams?
No.
She's looking mad. So maybe...
Have you recently dreamed about an eclipsed sun?
No.
Why they say no?
A solar eclipse towering over a great expanse. Have you seen anything like that in your dreams?
So it's probably gone. That one is lying. So it's a yes. But that all said no. The behavior. Why is he sitting in the dark? Six subjects will be made to listen to Ariadne's music books and music out. Already begun exposing 4 of them subjects to the music box with surprising effects. Ariadne, the control patient did not present any changes after listening to the music in her cell, and yet 2 of the other subjects enclosed in opposite cells have begun to refer a dream in which they see a dark place with an eclipsed sun. Only one of the 2 has heard the melody. It is deemed possible that the other is a case of, she suggests, having heard their fellow patient's description. On another note, several subjects taking part in the experiment have placed candles in their cells. Also, not all of them have listened to the melody. We assume it is possible that they are simply imitating what they see other patients do in opposite cells. For some reason, the walls in the sound system explode when we play song in a cell. There are only 3 left. We must proceed with the last 2 subjects as soon as possible. They must not escape. Okay. So he said no, and he's a liar, so it's a yes. So he saw it, he dreamed it. just takes candles. It's because he saw the other one just taking candles. So it's 2. Why are you taking candles? Because you saw the room too? Did you maybe see it over course? I would probably go with 2 and 3. Oh no, it's... Wait. I said it's... Enclosed in opposite cells. So this is 2 and 6. What's wrong with us?
To open this door. I have to, or I'll be stuck here forever.
What? So I fucked up. Or what they want to say to me. No. Should I? Here, Pasha. think I need the lampposts to turn off the gate. So I need to knock there.
Argos the ground. This is unreal.
Okay, so I have to do all the nightmares. But I fucked up. Already right.
Ariadne?
Says to be quiet.
Ariadne, where are you? Ariadne, hold on. Dad is going to save you.
Please. Ariadne, stop. He's going to hear us.
Ariadne! They're just monsters.
No! No!
The lantern blew out. If I could just do the same with the rest.
So I have 4 total chances and have to be 3 times right. I see. That's why it's still not game over. Levels. I have to escape this nightmare if I have to get us all out of this madness, whatever the cost. What? So the closest one. That one. Was it that one? Yes. That one, I think. That one, right? I have to all at once. That one, I think. Okay, just one more. Mr. Husher, don't disappoint me, please. Don't be such a heart.
This can't be real.
Please.
Mr. Husher?
Lemon buttermilk again. No. What do I have to do this time? The history of my family, of everyone who stayed in the house.
Husher wrote, Marcia had not found the way out. Trapped and alone in her room, the darkness loomed over her. Where did she seek refuge?
I have to remember that from the first part. What's that? The Bible? Oh, I think it was the Bible.
Marcia sought refuge in her old Bible. However, no prayer could stop the shadows. Husher wrote, Julia found the impossible door again, but this time it was ajar. What did she do?
What? Walk away? Walk into? Call mom. I think she called her mother.
No, this is not what happened.
Shit. Did she walk look into it.
Julia entered, wanting to leave it open. Great was her horror when she discovered that once on the other side, the door had disappeared. Usher wrote, Catherine and Saul were locked in the bedroom when suddenly the door began to open. Then Catherine took...
I think scissors.
This is not what happened.
She had Saul in her hand, in his arm, in her arms, but I'm not. That would be too obvious.
Catherine took little Saul in her arms.
Yeah.
She couldn't comfort him or stop that thing that was lurking beyond the threshold from entering. So...
They can't escape.
Then they hugged each other and said the last goodbye before the darkness swallowed them up.
Okay, good.
This place. There.
Take your box back. We don't want it.
See you never. Oh God! At last, I did it! I fucking did it!
Go back to Ariadne. But I'm still pessimistic. I'm not sure I should think about it. Is it really over? A lot of horror games have these. I think it's over, but we fuck you anyway.
Everything will be okay, Mrs. Legrand. And that song will never play in this world again. I must have fallen asleep. What time is it? It's getting late. Do you mind if I turn on the lights?
No. It doesn't like the light. No. But it likes the song.
So he made 2 music boxes. Because the other one was for Ariadne. So we made one for each daughter.
What? Where am I? Hello? Is anyone there? Hello? Help! Somebody! Help me, please! Help! Somebody! Help me, please! Help! Let me out! Help!
Okay. So every time we were pushing the door down was also a human behind it who tried to get out. Jesus Christ. That's one hell of a... It's a lot to think about, you know. What if all things were human like they are, who just wanted to get out? But you know, they think they would get out, but they would just take you there too. Something like that. Because otherwise, if sometimes you fuck up, they would be able, some people, to get out. But you didn't saw it ever happen, that something like that happened. So basically it means I think they will get out, but just take you inside with them. Loving memory of Emilio Garcia de la Fin, Lia Ibanez, Angeles Garcia Madrid. Well, credits to the makers. It was a very nice game. Has a really good atmosphere. It has the riddles. For me, myself, the riddles are very